And I am going to mute everybody except Mary Agnes and Joanna. All right, guys, thank you so much for making it on to this call. I need to give you guys a little backstory on how it happened. As some of you know, my background is in marketing. Straight out of college, I started working for the company that I was interning for, which was in entertainment marketing. And I heard rumors about this woman named Joanna Espinosa. And during that time, you know, the Latin explosion was huge. The 2000 census came out, which pretty much told everybody that we Latinos have major spending power. And the woman behind most major marketing campaigns was Joanna. So I heard of her, but I was kind of intimidated because I was like, you know, this really young girl. And she was coming to our office one day, and she was representing one of her clients, who's also a good friend of hers, a designer named Agnes, right?
Yes.
And they told me to pitch her a presentation to do PR for Agnes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never done this before. Like, talk about just getting to work and not being scared. I was like 22, 23 years old. And I met Joanna, and she was definitely a force to be reckoned with. Like, there I was working like 10 to 6 every day, and Joanna would just come in. She'd tell me what to do, and she'd leave. I'm like, who is this person that doesn't have to be in a desk like 8 hours a day and can just come and go as she wants? And she made it very clear, like, my priority are my kids. I come in, I touch base with you, I'm going home to my kids. And I'm like, I want that. How do I do that? And she was so powerful. Because of her, it pushed me to do things like I contacted Despierta America, which is like Good Morning America. And you know, we were able to get her client on a live segment on the show, things that I never would have been able to do if it wasn't for Joanna inspiring me and pushing me. And I think it's because of things like that that I'm able to succeed in this business, because I lost my fear early on and I just went for it because I had her to impress. So through the magic of Facebook, we have reconnected, and I'm just really excited to have her in my life again. She is amazing. And the funny thing is that I'm reading Think and Grow Rich now, and I'm talking to her about it. And like, she read it in college. Her and her husband read it in college because she wanted to read it. Like, who does that? Like, the only reason I do personal development is because I'm a coach. So Joanna is a business developer. I gave you a little bit of her background. She is a mother to 3 beautiful kids, a devoted wife. And Joanna, take it away.
Thank you. Wow. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. That was beautiful, Audrey. Thank you so much. And now it's my turn. I'm so happy to be here with all of you to talk about social media, which is my passion now. And like you, Audrey, I also had a moment with the lady right there, Mary Agnes. I tell you guys how I met her, because I have to go there. We're sharing, we're becoming a family here. Gio and I went to a conference in California, and it was a great conference, and everyone was there to learn and to build our brand, kind of like what you guys are doing. And we were going around tables and getting information on how to do this. So there was this lady, Mary Agnes, and we were supposed to rotate from table to table, from expert to expert. And she was sitting there, and people were just absorbing her knowledge, and we were there, and there was a bell that would say, next, go to the next expert. No one was moving. Everyone was on her table. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I need to know this lady. Who is she? Because this is really where it's at. And I did not move from the table. After that, I came back to the college, and I knew that it was a time for me to change careers and for me to make a move. And here I am working with her. Later on, I learned that she has worked with the top of the top. And that's why people were not moving. She has worked with top authors, from New York Times bestseller to health coach celebrities, in health advocate celebrities. And it goes on and on and on. And I really want you guys to start this. Gave you a little bit of background, and I hope that you learn more from her as she speaks now. Mary Agnes, please.
Thanks, Jo. Well, I just want to welcome you all. I love Beachbody. I think it's a great program, and I think it really moves people forward, not just from the fitness side, but from the business side. So I have no doubt that you've all come into an amazing family of Beachbody leaders. And I know that, I mean, Joanna just speaks so highly of her friends. So I'm so excited to speak with you all tonight. Yay.
It's wonderful. I'm sorry, American. I just wanted to say, Audrey, I'm so proud of you. You're more than I thought you will become. I am impressed with the woman that you are, but not surprised.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Mary Agnes.
Well, leadership is such an honor, right, Audrey? I mean, it's a great way to impact the world and to feel like you make a difference in the world. And I heard a little bit about what you do, and that was sort of mind-blowing. So just going to say welcome, and I'm going to show you my screen, and I'm going to start some slides. And I just want to warn you, some of this may be advanced for some of you, or you may already know it, but stick in there with me because you'll definitely come with at least 2 or 3 takeaways that are profound and that will just catapult you. So I picked the things that I thought were most important. Oh wait, I have to share my screen first, don't I? Sorry. Let's see, share my screen, ta-da! Okay, I want to share this part, and here we are. Can you guys see my slides?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So here we are. So I took the best of all my PowerPoints, and I'm not such a great visual artist, but what I tried to do was, when I really thought about this, I didn't just pull some other slide deck. I really thought about what does somebody need to make Beachbody super successful. So I want to talk about engagement, list, and community. Engagement happens when somebody first finds you intriguing, and in order to do that, they have to know you exist. The list is where you keep them, just you can have another conversation, and then community is really where I think you're going to create a trust relationship with them, where they would want to become hopefully part of your downline or at least a customer. So this is what we're going to cover: 3 strategies to build your online brand and create clients. The first strategy is the 1-minute video how-to create a hungry lead. The second thing I'm going to teach is email 101, crafting 2 email autoresponders to create a 15-minute free coaching session. And number 3, the 2 groups that you can build that become your community of potential clients. So this is the simple, now we're going to get to the hard stuff. That's me, in case anybody needs my credentials. I always share this because I basically have no credentials. I don't have a college degree of any kind. I've gone to college a lot, never finished, but I've done a lot of great work in the world. So I want you to know that I'm the real deal. So I share this not out of grandiosity, just because, you know why I share this? Because there are a lot of people who call themselves experts online, and I want you to be wary. So you are your best ambassador. And the thing that works most in the internet right now is video. I started teaching this about 4 years ago, and we saw the trend shifting to YouTube because Google bought YouTube. And once that happened, I knew immediately, because we work in the space for 10 years, that video was going to become the hottest thing. So YouTube was bought by Google, and then very quickly, Facebook Live, it only took them 4 years to create a competitor to Periscope. So many spaces that use video. Facebook Live is now their competitor. So I wanted to include that here, and I'm going to talk about those places a little bit. First, I want to talk about trust. Like, somebody takes a leap of faith, especially when it comes to their body, right? I've had so many people talk to me about my curvy size 20, and I just find it embarrassing. Like, why am I not okay the way I am? But that's not necessarily what people are saying, but it's only the most trusted people that can talk to me about this, because I need to know that they think I'm beautiful and safe and whole just the way I am. So trust is an interesting thing, and it's not built in one conversation, right? I mean, sometimes, but that's rare. So what I want to do is teach you guys how to create trust through 3 or 4 simple steps. This is the rule of 4 and 100. I like to teach this when it comes to anything involved in sales because I had to learn it for myself. This is the rule of thumb for me. I've spoken all over the world, certainly all over the country. I've got a couple of gigs outside the States, so I like to say global, but 99.9% has been here in the States. And here's what I've learned about American audiences. In an audience of 100 people, 8 will want to work with me, but only 4 will be able to do so in the moment. That leaves 92 to 96 who aren't ready to work with me, or I'm not their guru. Now, I've spoken at enough events where they've had other speakers, and I'll see them get the same percentage but different people, right? So 4 would choose me, Why? Because my personality was a fit for them. I'm sort of a sweetheart, and I'm not the most confident cat in the block. So if somebody's looking for confidence, they're not going to choose me. They might choose some other person in social media, right? They might choose to go hire Gary Vaynerchuk or Mari Smith or. But for me, I'm going to have a certain percentage of people, and it works like a lock and a key. It's the same way we find the opposite sex attractive, right? What makes us attracted to somebody? So it works on 3 criteria. You're safe, you're good, and you're mine. And that's the criteria we're all running, but our own version of what makes someone safe, good, and mine is like our DNA. So I just want to say this, because what I want you guys to do is get in front of more audiences. The ratio will always be 4 and 100. You can't game it. So let's talk about video, because video is like the number one way to build trust. At 4 and 100, well, you can see them if you get on stages, but if you get on video, you can run people in to see the video and create that 4 and 100. It's super valuable. So this is the rule. People bail in the first 5 seconds of watching a video. So I do not want you guys to have intros. I just want you to start talking. You know how people have that la, 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 la. Mary Agnes, don't do that. It's like, just start talking. What I want you to talk about is their pain. So I'm going to give you 4 instructions on how to create videos. And here's number 1. Number 1 is stop and think about the lighting. I want you to have light that shines on your face, not from behind you. If the light shines from behind you, it's got a weird, shadowy, sinister effect. So the number 1 rule for good video is good lighting that shines on your face. How do you do that? One of the best ways to do it is simply shoot outdoors, because the sun has a luminosity that's like 400 times higher than most light bulbs. So the sun is a great way to shoot video. It shines on your face, not from behind you. The number 2 thing is your sound. You definitely want to make sure there's no ambient noise behind you. I use a couple of good mics. I use an iRig, that's R-I-R-I-G, that plugs into the phone. Or sometimes I'll use a lavalier lapel mic. But the most important thing is simply that you do not have ambient noise, which means like your cell phone going off, the baby crying, the dog barking, or the ceiling fan, the lawnmower. So just remember, keep an eye out for, does it feel quiet enough for somebody in the background to really hear me? And then this is the formula for your video. And this is sort of why people come to work with us live, because we'll go through everybody in the audience basically, and we'll help them create their video. So I want to do it for you guys. And this is called the 1-minute tip of the day. And you'll shoot these videos and you'll put them up all over social media. You'll put them up on YouTube, on Facebook, on your blog. And the 1 minute leads into a longer video. That's its only job, is to get them engaged with you. Your job is to move them from social media to your email list. So it presupposes a couple of things. It presupposes you have a social media presence and that you have a list. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But talking about the video, I just want to show you what this looks like. You don't talk about yourself. You don't start with your name or how long you've been in Beachbody or how many people you've helped. The first thing you do is talk about their pain. Next, you'll mention your credibility, like how many people you've helped and how long you've been in Beachbody. It's number 2. Number 3 is call to action. That is always opt in to get another video on this topic. And number 4 is, the tip, I'm sorry. Number 3 is your tip. Number 4 is your call to action, because you end on the call to action. So this is my own formula. We've done a lot of video in my company. And we used to start people off with, hey, I'm Mary Agnes Antonopoulos, from www.maryagnes.com, whatever. But that's not it anymore. People are very busy and they click away. So now what we've discovered, because we watch YouTube analytics, is if you talk about their pain, you are 35% more likely to keep them for an extra few seconds. So this is what it sounds like. You know how you're trying on clothes for that upcoming event and you dread going to buy the clothes and you dread the dressing room. And even when you choose it and you bring it home, you dread putting it on. And the truth is you just wish you were a little thinner. And I so know what that's like. I'm Mary Agnes Antonopoulos. I'm a representative of Beachbody. And this is what the people in my community go through all the time. And I am here to encourage and inspire. And what I have seen in the last year is 4,000 pounds lost. 4,000. So if you think I can't help you with 30 or 40 or whatever, You would be wrong. I could totally help you. I want to give you one tip here, one tip to help you lose weight almost immediately in the next 7 days. It's one simple shift you can make, and then you fill in the tip. I don't even want to guess what you guys would say. Call to action. You know, before I close this video, I just want to offer this. I have 3 more super powerful tips. I just want you to opt in below so I can send you automatically another video. It's 5 minutes long. It's not long. And it'll give you 3 or 4 more tips. So I can show you guys an example of this. We taught Dr. Bill Davis, who wrote Wheat Belly, and he's a good example for you. I'm going to try and find, let's find his videos. I put it in a folder to get it for you. And ta-da-da! I'm sorry, I'm blushing. Here we go. Oh, I should have put it on my desktop for you. Here we go. Video number 1, the shorter one. You ready? I just want to show you this in action, this sort of formula.
For so many people, the day starts with waking up, taking a shower, getting dressed, you know, all the normal things we do in life. But their lives are filled with shame. Shame about being overweight.
Right?
And worse, fear over their health. If that's you, then I'm here to support you. I'm Dr. William Davis, author
So you see what happened? First we talk about their pain, and now we're going to tell them who he is.
New York Times
Step 2.
bestselling book, Wheat Belly. And I've helped millions of people discover that it's so much simpler to lose weight than you think it is.
So now he's going to go to the tip.
Click below.
Oh, he went right to the call to action. That'll do the tip.
4-minute videos
Yeah.
with one simple step in each of them to support you today, right now, as well as an invitation to be part of my personal community so I can continue to support you on your best journey with the right tools and information to make it successful this time. Just click below and let me help you get started with 2 very important tips that can change the course of your life.
So that's
For
the
so many
formula.
people.
Oh, sorry. That's the formula. So I'm going to go back to the slides. I'm going to show you guys again. So this is it. This is, different current slide. The pain, right? They wake up and they're ashamed because they're overweight. The credential, he tells them who he is. And then he's helped 4,000 people. Now, a lot of people don't know who he is or that he wrote that book. But that he's helped 4,000 people, that's powerful. He didn't give them a tip. All he did was tell them to opt in to get the tips. So I think maybe we edited the video to make it short enough to put up on YouTube. But this is it. And then for you guys, I want you to end with some, how do they reach you? So don't just tell them to opt in. I also want you to say, you know, I'm totally here for you. And if you're struggling today, here's my phone number. Now, I know that sounds wacky. The number of people who will actually be inspired enough to call you is very small. If you're worried about putting out your phone number, don't. I mean, it's just some advice for me, what's worked for me personally. But what I did was I got a Ring Central number. RingCentral.com, it was $30 a month. There are very much less expensive solutions today. That's what worked for me because I had a lot of malleability, like how I could use it. For you guys, you could even get a Google, what's that called, Joanna? The Google phone?
Yes, Google Voice.
Google Voice. So you can even get Google Voice, which is super helpful. So just know that this is the formula for how your video is going to go. So I just want you to be able to do it. Oh, wait, one other thing. Hold on, I want to show you something. Super important, I forgot to say. So you could see me a little bit. Hold on, I'll show you me. That's Joe. Hi, Joe. So, okay, I don't know if you could see me. All right, here I am. I'm on the top. You do your videos sideways. You don't do your phone up and down or you get the black stripes on the side. So you want your video to be sideways. And I literally prop it up in the crook of my Mac so that I can adjust it. I always make sure it's a little higher so I look a little thinner. and I make sure the lighting is on my face and no ambient noise. Those are the rules, you guys. So let's go back to the PowerPoint and slideshow from current slide. So that's super important. And then what do you do with it? So here's the next step. There's like 2 or 3 things I want you to do with it. I want you to put it on YouTube, obviously. And I don't know how much time I have in this class. If I have time, I'm going to switch slide decks and show you that. If not, I just want to tell you, like, I think you're all using Facebook, and that's great because it's an enormous population. But I'm not crazy about the statistics. If you have 100 friends who've liked your fan page, right? You've got only 1% who will see your posts. Facebook Live is much higher than that. So you might want to consider having these bullet points like what's their pain, what's my credential, what's the call to action, what's the tip, Do them on Facebook Live. Of course, they're recorded by Facebook too, so that's awesome. So I just wanted to put a plug out that that might be the way to do it. If you can't get on video, the other way to do this, because ultimately we want them to opt in to get that next video. So that's what we're going to talk about now. If you can't get on video, anything that gets them to opt in is the win. The win is just to get them to opt in. The reason I say video is it's a huge trust builder. People can see your face, they can hear your voice, it just is the biggest trust builder. The only thing that beats it is face-to-face. But if you can't do that, look at this. This is a great alternative. What's your toughest question? You would put in here about weight loss or exercise or belly fat or, how to succeed at breakfast, right? Shakes, and they can submit it here. So the whole game is to get people to submit their email to you. Then you set up 2 autoresponders, 2. The first one gives them the second video. All I do is load the video, the second video to I load it to YouTube in a private, there are 3 ways you can do YouTube. You can load public, you can load private, and you can load unlisted. So I load it as an unlisted video, so it's not readily available if someone doesn't have the link. And then I send out an email. Once they opt in, I have an automatic email, it's called an autoresponder, that gives them the link to that second video. That way I'm giving them those tips that I promised, right? That makes sense. Then I have a second email. Even if you're not good at this, even if you don't know how to set up, the train so that the second email goes out a week later, don't worry about that. Go into your list and every 2 weeks send out an email that says, hey, have you booked your 15-minute session with me yet? And send them to a place to book their 15-minute session. So I want to show you 2 things. This is one way that we did this powerful video campaign, right? I did it for the Wolf of Wall Street. Video training, get another 3 powerful videos with me, 3 more tips with me. So this is it. All we had them do is I play that first video and I give them a link to this page. Hold on one sec. So you see what this is. This is just their first name, their last name, and their email. This gets set up. This way that you collect emails gets set up in your email software, whether that's Constant Contact, iContact, MailChimp, Infusionsoft. The long list of email softwares is huge. If you don't have one yet, I use Constant Contact still because it's very easy. It's not so easy to set up the autoresponder, but stick with it. If it took you 2 hours, this is the most powerful marketing tool out there, I promise. So this is it. We send them back by autoresponder, the powerful video with 3 more tips from Jordan Belfort. And I just want you to understand why I'm saying to do this, and I'm not teaching you. Everybody out there wants to say, how do you use Facebook? Reply to everyone's comments, build relationships, it's relationship marketing. So let me do my pain thing for you. How much time have you spent on social media and not really gotten a downline of clients, right? But you're probably spending 10 hours a week responding to people and encouraging them. But that isn't it. You have to, look, you don't have to do it this way. There are a few exceptions, but for the most part, this is the statistic. You'll get a 0.5% on social media if you get it right. You'll get a 2.5% on YouTube and Google if you get it right. But by email, you'll get more than a 4% conversion if you get it right. That means for every 100 people, 4 of them will actually sign up with you. Now, let's think about that. Out of 4 of 100 opted in, so this 100 is actually really well groomed. This is not a cold list. They've seen your videos. They've gotten other emails. So this is it. I'm going to send you guys the slides because this I just had to type out. I want you to really think about your email campaign before you start. A nurtured lead makes a 47% larger purchase than a non-nurtured lead. What does a nurtured lead mean? It means you've sent them a few tips. You've sent them a recipe. You've sent them a downloadable one sheet on grocery shopping. A nurtured lead is somebody you've taken care of a little bit. So don't just try and sell them something. Give them some nurture. If you're in MailChimp, you can actually set up a train of emails that will keep giving away things, and then every month it'll invite them to get their free 15 minutes. Start by deciding one main message for your email. And then continue creating the whole campaign in a manner that backs up the main message. Here's why. If your main message is that a 15-minute consultation with you could change your life, what would you give them? You would want to give them a testimonial from somebody who started that way. Maybe you'd want to give them the shopping list you gave somebody else who started that way. 2 more videos, whatever you want to do, you want to keep leading into the idea. And I really thought about this. What would make me trust a Beachbody coach? I think a 15-minute call would do it. You provide further product information in the PS. Everything you do has a PS. Without a PS, it's like leaving money on the table. We as a company, I don't know if any of you know email marketing, we have the 57% high open rate. It's crazy. So one of the ways that we built our click-through rate higher, so there's numbers, right? Anybody who opens, that's your open rate. Once they open, they have to click a link in the email to go somewhere. That number needed to be higher. We put a PS on everything and we raised it by 30%. That's a third. So remember, your email always gets a PS. And I want you guys to know how to do that 15 minutes free. I want you to know that there's a software that does, there's more than one. We like Calendly. They don't have an affiliate program or anything. I have no financial interest in anything that I share with you. It's just that it was easy. You could set it up pretty easily and put up 2 times a day. And when somebody takes one of them, only 1 time a day shows as available. Like, it couldn't be easier, right? So if you're going to do these free 15-minute calls on Tuesday mornings, just set it up that only Tuesday mornings show up. It's super simple. And you'll see grade times are not available. So this says in the morning, I have 4 spots available on Friday. Should I click that? Oh, sorry. If I were to click that, it would open up a calendar with 4, and then you would choose the one you like. 2 groups to help you set up your community. I want you not only to have people on your email list, but have them in a place that's really yours to offer them support and community and engagement. So this is your Facebook group tip sheet. So first we'll do Facebook groups. I put in a few things you need to know to set up your Facebook group. This looks more complicated than it is. This is literally the click of a button to set your privacy. I just wanted you to know what the choices are. Number 2, create a great intro blurb, what your group is about. It's like 4 sentences. You're limited to 3,000 characters, so this is not your bio. Number 3, clear guidelines and then pin them to the top. That's just because you don't want other people sharing their recipes. People try and pirate each other's groups all the time on Facebook. I'm not a fan. So I put the 4 things that should go in your guidelines. Talk about the group background, the goals, the guidelines around member posting stuff and solicitations, and info about the group resources. So I want to show you a couple of things. I'm going to finish the slide deck, and then I'm going to show you Facebook, what's it called? Files. Okay, so I'll come back to that. This is what a Facebook group looks like. This is Dr. Bill Davis's Wheat Belly Facebook group. It was 4,000 members just 6 weeks ago, and now it's 8,155 members. Is that crazy? I mean, I think you guys could do some serious nurturing here. Do you see this little tab over here, Files? You can put stuff in there and send it out to the group, like recipes for your shakes, or how to burst train up and down the stairs at work, put in photos and events. People do not use these tabs enough. This is not just a place for discussion. This is a place for you to manage your community. This is Meetup, the other place I want you to manage your community. Does anybody know, what is the name of that other guy who had this? Shred. Shred built a huge community with Meetup groups. He taught his people how to use Meetup. So I have followed their lead. Look at this, 23,000 members in Hudson Valley Hikers. What kind of insanity is that? So would you have 23,000 people show up for a meeting? No. But the cool thing about Meetup is when people join your Meetup group, you can send them a message just because they're members. You don't collect their email addresses, Meetup does it for you. So I'm going to get out of my slides. I want to go over here and I want to show you guys in real time what this looks like in Meetup. So in Meetup, you can do a couple of things. You can use somebody else's group and ask them to let you come in and be a speaker and give a free presentation. So let's just open somebody's group. Let's open Tai Chi for Health. Great. Dun, 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 dun. We'll open Tai Chi for Health because all Meetup groups are structured, physically structured the same way. When we open Tai Chi for Health, if I will ever open it for us, we're going to see that it has a banner across the top, the title here, their upcoming events. But here's what I want you to know. Scroll down just a little, and you can contact the group organizer. It has 9,000 prior meetups. This is a very active group. They have 801 members. And here, if you just click on contact, you are emailing the 4 members of this group and offering for you to come in and give a presentation from Beachbody. I think that is a phenomenal win. They are a very active group. They're Tai Chi, they're interested in fitness. You are interested in, powerful body and clear mind. This is a great space for you guys. So that's how to use their group. I want to show you if I can get into some of my groups. I'm not sure I can. Let me see if I can show you guys my own group. Because what I would really love you to see, I would love you to see how I message all members. Meetup, like every space, is always changing their stuff. Here we go. Soul Healing, Miracles, and Soul Song. This is not me. I run it for a client. You don't want me to sing you anything. But here it is. I'm going to go up to here. And in group tools, now that's only because I am an admin on this group, I can email members. And look, it will literally email out the group members. So if I had a group of 800 people or 14,000 people, this is almost like having an email list. So this is the second place I want you to have your group, Facebook and Meetup. Or just choose one, but I want you to see the 2 options. The overarching brand of Meetup is sort of subtle. If you think about each group has I want to get to a place where I can just show you the files. So the overarching group of Meetup is, I had somebody yelling at me on Facebook because I ousted her unintentionally. Let me get away from the person. I want to show you where the files grow on Facebook. So, oh no, really? All right. This is that space I was talking to you about. So there's discussion, members, events, photos, and files. In the files, I can put some really cool things from Dr. William Davis. I don't think I've done it in this group. Alan Christensen's, we put tons of files. We put recipes every week. So this is an amazing way to keep your group engaged. Super valuable, super powerful thing to do. Here we go, look. Peanut butter bites, pecan bites, supplements. Supplements, you guys, this is a great place for you guys to put your shakes in here. And everything else you do. I mean, I know there's so much more to this. You could do a little video with exercises, anything to keep these guys inspired and engaged. We want them coming back to your group every single week. And in this group, they come in hourly. These people are way engaged. Look, 34 new people want to join the group since I did this yesterday. He's got a great video here. He's got, look, people are just posting in here all the time. That's 44 minutes ago, 22 hours ago, but it gets pumped up every time somebody posts, as you know. So 8 minutes ago, 1 minute ago, it's just huge. So I just want you to know, like, there's so much you can be doing, and I'm going to go back to my slides for a minute. I just want you to know there's so much you can be doing, and you can do things that you love. You don't have to do Meetup. You don't have to do Facebook. You could do one or the other, or you can start your own group some other way, but you can't succeed at something you don't implement. I want you guys to just try and do this. I want you to try and do those 1-minute videos. If you're nervous about getting on video, just get over it. Nobody cares how fat you are. Well, you're all thin. I have to tell this to myself, right? Because I'm like the curvy size 20. Like, nobody cares. They don't care that I'm curvy. They don't care that I'm 50. They don't care if you're bald. They don't care about any of that. What they care about is that you know something they need to know. And I think you have something everybody needs to know. I feel like 50% of the United States is trying to lose weight, if not more of us. So, getting out there and helping them. Dr. Bill Davis talked about the loss of self-esteem and confidence. That's deadly. That's life-blowing. So anyway, I just want you to try and implement it. This is a really beautiful way to build your list, build your community. This is the real stuff. Look, this is not relationship marketing. This is real marketing. So give it a try. If you get stuck, we're here to help. I want to talk to you a little bit about our membership group. Is that okay to do? I meant to ask you before we started. Is it okay to show them our membership group?
Go for it.
Okay. I want to show you guys our membership group. So Joanna, who is an amazing marketer, she said, we really should have a group. And I was like, I really have a group. So I want to show you all what it looks like. Here we go. Except Except the Zoom controls keep opening when I go to change it. Don't go anywhere. Okay. So what we've done is we created a membership group. It's super affordable. And this is where we teach our people. We continue to teach them because it's so much to take in. So I'm going to log in. It's called our boot camp community. It's not really boot camp. It's 6 months, and it walks you through so much. So I want to move you guys so you can see. So here we are. You start here, list building, social media marketing, digital marketing. There's so much in here for you. I'm just going to open social media marketing for a minute so you can see. I don't want you to be worried. It's not expensive. It's like $297. This is the least expensive thing we could do. And it's 6 months long. And every single Thursday we teach it live. We teach it live so that you can come on, you can ask your questions, and I answer them. If I am on all night answering questions, I am so thrilled. That tells me that my community is engaged and I'm making a difference. So here are slides. Here's your cheat sheet. And then here are all these training videos on Facebook, and there's always new ones coming in. So I'm going to open the cheat sheet. So you don't have to know what to do. Look at this. You just open the cheat sheet and you do what it says. So it is like so easy, and it's got great little diagrams. It's just, I try and make it in the way I would personally need to learn something, and I need to learn step by step. So that's Facebook. If I were to go back, I can go back and I can say YouTube. What about YouTube? And in here, the same thing. There's long videos. There's short little videos about specific things. Then there's your cheat sheets so that you're not having to take notes and go crazy. Look, some of them are short. It's just so many wonderful things to help you stay on track. So we also do live events. Where are they? Ta-da-da! Somewhere in here, there's actual recordings of the live events. We just sort of rebuilt it for us.
Yes.
I had trouble finding stuff, but it's me. Maybe it's a start here. It might be. Let me take a look. But it's a very great and wealthy space to explore. I just want you guys to know that. There's even things like the funnel. So if you've heard about the email funnel, I taught a little of it today, but I didn't call it that. There's great podcasts in here. So this is a wonderful space. And what we decided to do for you guys is this. We do live events, and we have one in Austin, Texas, December 8th and 9th? 8th and 9th, I think. So we'd like
6 and 7.
6 and 7. 6 and 7. So if any of you decide you want to participate and take this class online, the 6-month class with live one-on-one trainings every Thursday, you can come in and I'll work with you till you get whatever you need that week. We would like to give you a free ticket to Austin. We realize there are other expenses. You have to fly over. We're more than happy to try and help in any way we can, help people match up so they can share rooms and, order in pizzas together for just the whole Beachbody crew if you come. But if you come and, buy our course, the ticket to Austin is going to be $997. We thought it was going to be $300. They told us today they want to charge $900. We told them our Beachbody people are literally like, we want to invite them in for free if they buy our membership. So we're going to cover your ticket price completely if you want to do this. So no harm if you don't. We're always here to support you guys. I consider anybody who learns anything from me family if they want to stay in it. So I just want to tell you this. If we recap our slides, there's really basically 3 things we taught, right? Wait, why won't you come over here? Okay. If we recap our slides, we taught 3 things. How to create a great video so that somebody will opt in for another one. How to craft 2 email autoresponders with the big, first we want to give them a little more, right? That second video. And then we want to say, hey, let me give you 15 minutes. Let me help you. And then I taught you the 2 groups. So a Facebook group and or a meetup group. Let me just tell you the other reason that I like a meetup group. I like a meetup group because Meetup announces it. Meetup will announce, once you set it up, it announces it to everybody in your community looking for those keywords you decide. So that's a huge, huge win. It's like free marketing. And then every time you set up an event, let me go back to Meetup for a minute. Every time you set up an event, it gets announced to your whole group. So, here it is. So this is super valuable. This is it's just marketing 101. If they're going to announce it, I'm going to participate. So I had a little tiny group, I'll just tell you. It was called Writers at the Monroe Diner. The Monroe Diner in Monroe, New York. How many people are going to join that? Well, after a year, I had like, I don't know what it was, like 900 people all over the world. Why? Because we would have the writers submit their work online. Look, they would go to the files and they would upload a file. And then everybody in our core group would open the file, put in our comments, and then put it back in. And we had a route that it went through. So alphabetically, we would pick up their work and give them our comments. So it was a hugely popular group, and I could have sold them a lot of stuff. It just wasn't, we weren't really set up for that. We needed an online program to do it. So I just want to say you guys could certainly sell stuff to your group, and you can do live meetings. It's a super easy, super powerful way to do it. They have a calendar in here for your events. So, you know, take the risk and do something. You can't win at anything you don't implement. So take the slides from today. I'm going to send them over, and I really want to see what you guys create. So, you know, reach back, send in your questions. We are happy to answer them. Is there anything that I can answer for any of you guys tonight? Can we do a little Q&A?
I have a question, Mary Agnes. Thank you, by the way. This is really helpful. What do you use for your lead page? Because then you need to link to a lead page.
So Joanna teaches lead pages in our course. I don't know how to do it, but it's really easy. I mean, I can show you lead pages. Oh, I can show you one actually. Hold on. Dr. Tom O'Brien, the autoimmunity page, I love.
Yeah, I was going to tell you to show that one. But lead page, Audrey, is it's a software. There's different softwares on how to create a lead page. We use leadpages.net or ClickFunnels, one of the two.
So this is one of ours. Here we go. So I'm going to show you this. It's so cool. We made this a movie. We made a movie to go on it because we couldn't get him on camera to do this. And then it says, click here for free bonuses. So they click here and it takes them to an opt-in page. So in this case, we send them to the movie first. We wanted to create that trust, right? They come over here, they opt in, they send us their receipt, and they get bonuses for buying his book. So lead page is a great place, but I'll tell you something. The easiest way to do this turns out to be my email system. For me, I just set it up on Constant Contact. So I went into Constant Contact, and I'll show you guys, it's so easy. I went in there, it took a couple of hours, but it was not hard. It's just that it was a step-by-step process. So let's see. Does it feel like this will be overwhelming if I show them? We save it for another time?
I want to see it.
Excellent, then I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to log into Constant Contact. Dr. O'Brien, this is not how we use it for him, but I'm going to go in anyway and show you super fast. In fact, Constant Contact will give you a text to join. So if you're doing podcasts for your community, especially you, Audrey, like if you're going to do some inspirational podcasts for your team and they're listening to it while they work out or they make their shake or whatever, you know, this is a great opportunity for you to inspire and tell them to share it and give it to others. I'm sorry, I need to go in through a different browser. Hold on one sec. You know, it's funny, platforms are always changing. For that client, he has a new operating system for Constant Contact. So for me, you're going to see the old operating system. I don't know how to use the new one yet. Even me, an expert, it's like you're still constantly learning. Okay, so here in Constant Contact, I'm going to go in and I'm going to choose, I think it's under, oh, come on, Paige. Oh, my dears, I'm sorry. I will send this to you guys if we can't get it to open. Well, let's stay with it for a second. Let's give it a second. What it basically does is set up a whole page where people can opt in. So I'm going to go to Contacts, Contact Growth Tools. Under Contact Growth Tools, it tries to be a little bit, here we go. So I'm going to set up a Facebook sign-up form or text to sign up, right?
The Facebook is a good one.
The text I love, it's super simple,
Yes.
but I'm going to open a sign-up form for these guys so that you can see it. So the first thing it does is it tells you what's the form title, the contact fields, the form appearance, and then I'm going to show you a preview form. Hold on a second, got it. I'm going to preview the form. So that's what it looks like. That's my opt-in page. So instead of, I didn't have Joanna on my team yet. I didn't know how to do lead pages. I can clunk my way through it now, but this is mine. Grab my one sheet on how to maximize video on all social platforms. So they enter their email, their first name, and you don't have to ask for this. I like to ask where they're located so I can invite them to my live events.
Angie wants to know if you wouldn't recommend Google Forms.
I don't know how to use Google Forms, but like I said, there are so many variations. The only thing is you want to make sure it collects them in a place you can use them. So does Google Forms put those emails in a place you can have an autoresponder? If it doesn't, it gets clunkier. Right? If you opt in here, you'll actually get my autoresponder, right?
So with Google Forms, you don't get to create an autoresponder. It's not an email marketing software.
Right. That's what I was afraid of.
What it does is that it collects information that it provides to you, but you don't have the mechanisms of responding to those people automatically and saying, this is what I wanted to tell you, and this is why I wanted you to sign up.
Let me show you what comes back. I'm going to skip city and state. It's not, they don't have to do it. Oh, look, I can't do it. It's a preview. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to send you guys a link. I want you all to opt in and see what you get back. Hold on. Embed code. Oh, no, I don't want the embed code, do I? I want the link. Sign up button, form URL. That's it. So this is the link to my page, and I will show you what that looks like. I know as a micropreneur that $300 can feel like a lot. I just want to tell you that I absolutely am committed to you guys. So if you do want to take that course, I will make sure it's the best $300 you ever invested. So here we go. So now I'm going to, I could select a state. This isn't required. I keep it there because I'd like to get their information to support them with live events. So here I'm going to go back out here, and at some point in the next hour, I'll get an autoresponder that says, hey, thanks for joining, blah, 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 blah. But it's automatic. That's the thing about it. I don't ever have to go in and respond to people one by one, Audrey. I want it to come back immediately. And it's going to give them, the other reason is they just opted in for more. If you give them more right away, you've got them. You've created a longer relationship, a longer conversation. The next day, I would have that next email go out at least once a week saying, hey, if you didn't book your 15 minutes with me, here's my Calendly link, go and book it. So all they have to do is click and send that email out over and over and over. I think that would go gangbusters for your community. Tell me what else I can answer for you guys.
Maybe if you stop screen sharing, someone click. See if anyone can raise their hands and has a question.
Sure. How do I do that? Stop share. Okay. Hi. That's better. Okay, I'm going to open the chat and see if you guys have questions. Oh, great. Okay. You have a meetup group, Crystal Galladay. That is awesome. The Google Forms thing, that's why. It transfers to a CRM, and I transfer it back to ACEO. So Angie's doing this thing where she's taking the info from Google Forms and uploading it into her CRM. I don't know if that's an email software, though, ACEO. If you could do this in an email software, it will save you the time and trouble. It'll just auto-respond them. And then if you use something like MailChimp works automatically. You can set it to a week after they opt in, or a day after, 2 days after, that they'll get a note to opt into your Calendly link. So MailChimp is great if you're a little more advanced. I wasn't, but you could certainly do that. And then it opts them into their 15 minutes. And I would love to see somebody try it and let me know if it works, if you get people opting in for the 15 minutes. That person, whoever does that, I will put you in the membership for free. I would just be so thrilled to know that, what we strategized for you was actually useful.
That's great.
So there's a whole concept around social media that's really what do you do and how do you do it so that it doesn't drive you crazy with time suck. You know, I think those videos can easily become an entire social campaign. If you take those 1-minute videos and you put them out on Facebook, right? You can even shoot it on Facebook Live, put it out on LinkedIn on your profile, put it up as your blog if you're running a blog somewhere, and then put it up on YouTube also. Those 4 videos driving to your opt-in page, super powerful way to build your list. You know, if this feels too advanced for you guys, let me know, and we'll come back and teach something that isn't as advanced, but this is the thing that'll move you.
And why is our list so important?
The list is so important. You know, once you have an email list, you can market it back to them on a weekly basis and send them tools. Until they're on your email list, you're only getting that 1% on Facebook, and you can't know that you're reaching the same 1% all the time. So somebody who sees something and is fully engaged on Monday may not see you again until 3 Mondays later. So it's a real loss. I mean, Facebook, unless you're going to pay to boost your posts, you're not reaching enough of a percentage to make it viable for you.
Do you also teach Facebook advertising in your course?
We do. I should tell you what's in the course, huh? Let's see. Hold on. We built our live event in Austin out of our course. So I'll show you the list, and I think you'll agree it's just bonkers. So the course is built to provide almost a complete syllabus. We teach Facebook advertising. For Instagram, we bring in a guest speaker because it was not my core competency, and I don't want to, this is my community. I want them to get a really good expert. If it's not me, I pay to bring somebody in. Visual branding, we have a great person who teaches the visuals. That's Monica. She's fabulous. Funnel development, website, an opt-in machine, product creation. For you guys, it wouldn't be a product to sell, but I mean, if you had a great video series or whatever, I mean, that is a really useful thing. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, meetup groups, podcasting, webinars. Webinars, I almost taught that tonight because I think that is the most powerful way to convert. Google Plus, Content River and blogging, email copy secrets, and the Amazon algorithm for ebook launch. So if something else comes up that we don't know how to do, I'm the first one to go pay somebody. Yeah, we hire somebody to come in and teach it. You know what we don't want? We don't want people in our community to have to go spend $297 every time they want to learn a platform. I don't want somebody paying for Mari's class for Facebook and somebody else's class for Twitter. I want to have one comprehensive space they can learn everything. The only place that I like that's really a good competitor to us is digital, what is it? Digital Marketer. I love them. They're wonderful. But they don't do what we do. We have that live Q&A every week, and we'll teach a platform live, then we'll answer questions on anything. And I think that's like, how do you work with your gurus? That's why we designed it that way. I was very frustrated trying to get time with my gurus, even when I spent a lot of money. So, you know, not to pump us, but like that's an important thing to look out for. And if you're taking the classes, there's somebody there to answer your questions. Otherwise, like, why am I spending money on something I can't implement? That's just the worst frustration.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Mary Agnes. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. If I send you the link, will you send them the slides?
Yes.
There's no selling the slides or anything. I just want to be sure you can implement. And if you have questions, if you send them to me, I will send them back to you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Audrey, for having us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Audrey.
Bye.